embrace innovative volunteerism.
This is the route we are going to the Nsonga Village Savings and Loans Association, which is operating under the Ecosystem-Based Adaptation for Food Security Assembly, EBAFOSA, here in Buganda Kingdom Uganda, implementing climate action solutions to be able to ensure that community resilience are actually beefed up, as well as opportunities created for young people who devise climate action solutions to empower communities to add value to their produce, as well as take them off depending on charcoal. As you can see, we are actually on the route now, and we are going to display exactly how ecosystem-based adaptation solutions, value addition, savings by the communities are making impact to millions. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. As you can see, the route to the rural areas in which communities are actually practicing nature-based solutions, which are actually climate action solutions that need to be brought to scale. The UN Environment Programme is supporting through leveraging on its ecosystem-based adaptation for food security assembly, formerly called EBAFOSA, that engages every facet of society in terms of people, in terms of institutions, young people, men and women, organizations, associations, in a structured way to drive transformational climate action solution. You will see today. This journey we are on today, as you can see, is actually one in which we're going to the Village Savings and Loans Association, and more will be discussed as we reach there. We'll be back. Different from where we were yesterday. Very different. The other one is which is the cattle corridor. This one is Mukono district. Yes. Here, Lake Victoria. Yes. Lake Victoria. All right. So this is the garden that the community. So you call it Nsonga. This is in Nsonga district. Nsonga village in Mukono district. Yes. So now this is their communal garden, and as you see, this garden has existed for 3 years, but the cassava which was here was harvested in January, and they have replanted when the rains are. But also the rains have started now, and so they have started to. So can we start to go down? So now we're going to meet the women who are now by the group. Which is quite very good for my situation. So we had we had a number of challenges in this community around. Though we are near Lake Victoria, we didn't receive enough rain. Right. And we had rain this year or last year. This year. So this is what we planted. Actually, they planted here 3 times. And they planted using EBA approaches. They planted using EBA approaches. This is cassava. Yes, and the beans. The reason is that cassava takes longer. Yet the beans takes only 60 days to 75 days. Right. And when they dry them, they can get some money. So now, this is the reason I'm struggling. But also about this,
Right down to where those trees are. They are planted cassava here. And those, the ladies down there are the right. Oh, really? This is the chairperson. Oh, you're the chairperson. So, when we go down, those wonderful. Nice to see you. Nice to see you again. And, we are going to meet the patron. I think let's go now and take a so if somebody was just to ask you what is the EBA approach you use here, what are you going to say? The ecosystem-based adaptation approach.
Now, right now in Uganda, due to change in rain patterns, you can't grow one crop on the farm. You need to implement ecosystem-based adaptation approaches. For example, intercropping, weeding. We planted maize, beans, and cassava.
Correct.
But what is on mostly is the cassava, as you see, it's very healthy. But also, we planted peanuts.
Where are they?
They are here.
Okay, this one.
Yes,
nitrogen fixation.
Nitrogen fixation.
Yeah, nitrogen.
So
this actually nitrogen fixation to make the fertility of the soil very.
So the essence of planting this is to fix nitrogen in the soil and also to earn some money, some income.
Correct, from the G-nuts.
Yeah, from the G-nuts. So we are, but also since this is communal garden, and we don't have enough money to weed, so we make sure that all the members own this. They own these plots. Now one of the members planted here peanuts.
Yes.
And you see here beans.
Yes.
And also others are going to plant soya beans. All what we are planting is adding nitrogen to the soil.
Is there any farm where the cassava is about ready to be harvested?
Yes, that is those are in gardens.
But just a quick one. As you go down, I just want to. And this cassava here, is it from the people that were supplied by EBAFOSA?
Actually, let me give some
quick one. Yes.
quick one. This is Nalcas 1. As you see, this is Nalcas 1 variety.
What is Cas 1? Somebody who's listening.
Nalcas 1 is one of the best varieties we are having in Uganda. Resistant to many diseases. For example, brownstone disease. Can't be affected by brownstone disease, or is resistant. And also cassava mosaic disease.
So how did this come about? Is there
Yes, this is produced from NARO, which is National Agricultural Research Center in Munang. So they produce this and they give it to farmers like groups like Nsonga to act as multipliers of this cassava. And from here, this multiplication garden will be supplied to us to this community. This is Nsonga Village.
How are you? How are you?
And Local Association.
Very good. Very good.
And these are some of the members in action. As you see. But this 3 acres of land. Every Tuesday,
Every Tuesday they come here.
Every Tuesday they come, and Saturday do this work, and after they save. It is a CBS Funds Club, saving group, and also conducting number of enterprises. This is planting cassava, but also we shall see other activities of solar dryer and also other products they make, and also other EPA gardens.
So is this the first time they're planting cassava or they already planted and harvested?
This is not the first time they're planting cassava. Actually, they had here cassava which are lasted for 1 year and a half.
They harvested it.
They harvested it. They are replanting and they gave the cuttings to the fellow members so that they can also plant.
So these cuttings were harvested from this very farm?
Yes, that is it. It was from this farm.
And these were supplied by EBAFOSA?
These cuttings were supplied by EBAFOSA, and you know that to enable food security and income security for the women in rural areas of Uganda.
And they have been trained on how to apply EBA approaches. So which EBA approaches have they been trained?
These farmers, they are applying a number of EBA approaches. For example, the one I'll start with is intercropping of cassava with beans. intercropping cassava with peanuts and also with soya beans. The essence is to add nitrogen in the soil and also to reduce on climate change effects. Another issue,
I think to make it easier, we do the planting and after I can ask questions that what have we done now? So how have you benefited women? And what next is the step? I think that way we can be structured and then we'll spend it time. What do you think?
that's
Yeah.
okay, was Simba. So that from the other side, we are starting from the other side.
The essence of so what is happening here today? So I think start from here. What is happening here today and the amazing women who are sitting here today, who are the amazing gentlemen, who are they and who are you in the first place and what is this farm? So that somebody listening can have a very contextual understanding. And what is this wonder? Yeah, what are we doing here? How did EBAFOSA come about to engage these women and what has very briefly and system? Yes. Before I start
Today, we are at Nsonga VSLA Association Communal Garden, and this is
in the Buganda Kingdom.
Yeah, this is 3 acres.
In Uganda.
Yeah, this is 3 acres in the Buganda Kingdom. We are replicating on the existing structures of CBS EBAFOSA and other saving groups in Buganda Kingdom, which is a cooperative. This is a group which saves and also it conducts agricultural enterprises. So we are going to start to plant our cassava, but as you look at the way we are,
as you look at the soil, I think even before you go to that, just to somebody, so I am thinking about those who are listening to this and they're not here, that yes, this is a group under EBAFOSA in the structures of the Buganda Kingdom that actually are engaged in livelihood activities, in this case agricultural activities. And we are today engaging them to plant cassava, but firstly they have harvested cassava, so they are used to planting cassava. So that somebody listening, not thinking this is the first time they harvesting cassava here, and they have been engaged to work under the structure of the ecosystem development agency, EBAFOSA, which is supported and technically guided by the United Nations Environment Program. And David, Uganda here is the EBAFOSA team leader in Uganda, who is working with this group of amazing women and men to guide them on how to use nature-based solutions. In this case, very simple approaches. How do you ensure that the soil is not destroyed, but at the same time cultivated in such a way that it can be fertile and at the same time also help produce more food crops without necessarily having been compromised. I think that is it. So today, as David have said, we're going to plant cassava, and this will amazing women here and men and gentlemen have already harvested cassava. As a result of applying here, so they harvested, and we're going to get to that later on. So I just wanted to put context. So David is going to explain what are we going to do here now, and showcase how to do it, and then all of us will plant at the same time. Makes sense?
yeah.
Yes, perfect. Please proceed.
So I've said that this is Village Saving Another Association, Nsonga, and we are going to plant cassava. But before we plant, we need to look at a number of issues. Hit me this. As you are planting cassava, you have to look at these knots.
Oh, what are these nuts, by the way? So for somebody listening,
this is where our food comes from.
oh, right.
So before you plant, before you plant, you have to look at this. And you should not plant this one. This one is very flat, and fields are there. But at least
So that one is just planted.
yeah. But at least
plant the one with the nuts.
yeah. But at least if you plant this, it can work very well for you. And sometime, for example, previously we were planting 2, 3, 1, but today we shall plant 2 due to the changing climate conditions we are having.
Just in case one fails, another
Yes, another one will come up due to the changing climate. But previously we were planting only 1, and as we plant,
So you said something about climate change. You said the promotion of the cassava plant is because it's climate resilient.
yes,
So whether it rains or not, it will come out. So if you plant one, what will happen that it will not be
It's probability.
Okay.
Yeah, due to the changing weather.
Okay. Probability, climate resilience.
Yeah, so we have to plant.
So can we do this in a group with the women? So that at least we do it jointly. This is a group, so let's work.
Yes. It's just a commercial, right? But this
Pattern of this group.
part of this we are also a member.
Oh, great.
We are also a member. So these are some of the members. This is our project. This is not the first time we have been planting cassava for some time. So we are continuing the project. We have benefited a lot in this project through these people from EBAFOSA. They are trained us how to plant.
Oh, they train you. So what exactly do they do?
Intercropping. Especially. And how do we plant? Because for us, we used to plant any kind of but they told us, actually they have told you, the planters will be having a lot of loads. Yeah, so in that situation, we are aware of. So we are doing the same today. So we have intercrop, you can see potatoes, there is the something up there, right. There is some peanuts up there. So we do this.
We also see granite up there. So EBAFOSA taught you all that. So
all that.
The harvest that you harvested before, how many kilograms did you have? Because from here we're going to see how you added value to what you harvested here.
Exactly. Now what we did, since it was our first time of planting,
Yes.
we sold part of it to get money to make sure at least we do other, we do continue with the planting.
So the money you get from what you sow,
Exactly. We injected it here again. We used to plow using a tractor. To plow, then we are expecting much harvest this season compared to the other season.
wonderful. So what would you say EBAFOSA had actually helped the community to achieve?
First of all, it has helped us to come together because
Wonderful, that's a good point.
is when you as a group.
Wonderful.
Many of these people have their homes.
Yes.
So they leave their home on every Tuesday to come
Did you
here.
hear that? The EBAFOSA has helped the group here to come together, which is what they expect from to continue. Yeah.
Even as they told, they helped us to do some other work because as you will see, we are adding value
Correct.
to our product. So it's one of the achievements from
That is great. So participatory organism to add value. Then if I just ask you, data is very important for us because we need to know when the EPA was introduced, the intercropping, the way to plow that using area and all those sort of things. Was there increase in your yields when you use that approach of intercropping and all those things?
automatically there is an increase.
Okay, there was an increase.
There was an increase.
Yes.
And in fact, there is secured for us a dryer.
Yes.
So the way we are handling our cassava is very different from the way we used to handle our cassava. Excellent, yes.
But when you grow here, do you have increased yields here? Did you have a lot of cassava production
Exactly.
when you apply the intercropping?
Exactly.
So the nature-based solutions, what we call ecosystem-based adaptation solutions, intercropping, agroforestry.
And as you see here now we are planting cassava. Very soon we are going to plant here beans.
Granite. Yes. Now, can we get into the ground and plant the cassava before I ask some other questions? But I think more questions will be asked more near the
Maybe another issue I add on is Burundi once innovative volunteerism. So Uganda has been the champion of innovative volunteerism in Africa, and also in our region. So maybe you can elaborate more on that.
yes.
And as a group, we will do many things outside. Apart from this, we participate in community activities, like cleaning wells, participate in Buganda activities, We participate as a group. This is CPS Paris Group. Right. So we participate in every activity organized by Uganda Kingdom.
What about when you come here on the garden? you pay people to come?
No.
What spirit brings them?
In fact, when we come here, it's we the members to organize ourselves and eat something to eat. Also, almost we spend the whole
Yeah, I think David is asking people volunteer their time to come
Time and resources.
Yes.
You don't pay them to come.
We don't pay them.
Volunteer their time to come. So the idea of this Bundimansi, which is innovative, is very, very important, especially for young people to also know you need to be available to do something before you can get something. And I think this group is really demonstrating that we call it innovative volunteering. Yes. So David, which approaches did you teach them before we start to plan this? So that everyone listens.
The natural-based solutions I taught them were intercropping,
Correct.
Planting quality seeds, for example,
Like
the
this.
Nalcas one.
Nalcas one, right?
Yes, and also understanding which plant to which stem to plant. Another thing is agroforestry, so that they can implement planting coffee plus even other things that are in, using climate information, listening to radio on time, so that they can know when to plant and when not to plant or when to harvest.
So you combine EBA with information services to make the right decision. That is good. Then I'll ask one question and we'll have to plan after I ask that question. And the question is, I know I will still ask this question when we go to the solar dryer. And using these approaches that have been taught by EBAFOSA and also using this cassava, this basic, because this is the magic, have that helped you increase money in your pockets and put on the table? Has it changed your socio-economic situation? Are you starting to make money? You have already. So you started to make money while selling this. Excellent.
One of the habits we had last time, we use part of the money to invest back.
Yes.
Then we use part of the money to buy. You will see what you have bought.
Wonderful. Now let's plan so we can continue to make more money.
So you are going to just fix it inside the tree, then leave.
So if I
So all of us, we can come.
yes,
For that to J, we're gonna
planting cassava using EBA approach. So these other ones we plant again, right? Anywhere.
so we can plant also.
So you can plant this side,
this side.
this side.
Green.
That one needs to go inside.
That is good. Yes. Okay. We are planting cassava here, and this is a climate resilient crop with the group of women in Nsonga VSLA Association of the Buganda Kingdom. And this is planted using ecosystem-based adaptation security assembly approaches called EBA. And this is going to increase yields. Excellent. So I think, Mr. Chairman, yeah.
Nsonga ya serious Fans Club. Project eno tugifunyemu ebirungi bingi okusinziira mututusinze tugifunyemu era nsuubira nti bamemba ffenna nga butundu tetusigadde nga bwe twali. Ebijanjaalo tubisimba ne tubikungula ne tufunako mu maka gaffe okubeera nga tufuna enva ezituyamba awaka, muwogo, emmere etuyamba awaka, ate ne tufunamu ne ku ssente okusobola okubeera nti ne gurupu yaffe esobola okuba nga tugenda mu maaso. Kati twakungula ebijanjaalo twabitunda, kituufu omusana gwatukosaamu naye nga kyetwajjayo ekyo kyetwasobola okugjayo. Ffe bennyini nga bamemba tweteekamu ssente ne tugula ensigo yaffe bulungi. Ab'EBAFOSA ne bajja ne basisinkana nga tumaze okusimba, tukungula, abakyala ne tugabanako, abaami baffe ne batwalako mu maka gaabwe kuba gurupu erimu abaami n'abakyala. Era kyetwajja twagiyeemu emmere twagifuna enva twagifuna twagiyeemu ku ssente twaguza obutebe ab'EBAFOSA baatuwa solar dryer nnungi nnyo era muwogo waffe tumwanikira ku mutindo oguli waggulu ddala.
She has communicated that she's a part of Nsonga VSLA Association. Yes, and the group has been saving, but not only saving, but also conducting agriculture. They have planted cassava. Cassava has provided income generating, being an income generating activity, providing food and income security for their family. But planting this cassava using the ecosystem-based adaptation approaches of planting cassava with beans, peanuts, and also maize, it has enabled the group one increase on their savings after drying using a solar dryer, which we are going to go which unit EBAFOSA Uganda provided them, and they have been working on this farm without difficulty, but they have been using this group of innovative volunteerism, which we call community planting. They come here on the farm, they conduct agriculture as EBAFOSA has been training them on the way, and they have been working with EBAFOSA for quite long. So they urge that if this continues, they will improve on they will continue improving on their livelihoods and social life. Okay. And also, as a woman, she has also communicated that when after getting these proceeds from the garden, they have that, gender and value addition. They share as women equally with men, and some of the men can take the food at home, and also the women can also take food at home, and also some income.
So that no one is left behind.
No one is left behind.
Of the sustainable development.
This is what is happening.
Yeah, let me just ask one question and we move to the other one. So, has it increased your savings, this farming here and the article, which you are going to support? Which I know
Masitula Katerega Nemba ekyamazima tetuli kyekimu nga bwe twali okusinziira bwe twatandika. Gurupu yaffe twali wansi nnyo, naye bwe tuzze nga tukola bye tukoze tweyongedde okulinnya omutindo. Amakungula agasooka musana gwatukosa twafuna kitono, ne tuddamu ne tukola kitogwamu maanyi, ne twongera ne tufuna okusinga ku kye twaliko. Ate sizoni eno kitukoze bulungi, tufunidde ddala ekintu ekirabikako. Sente zaffe tusobodde ozitereka, abakyala baseevinga, abaami baseevinga, amakungula twagafunamu kye twafunamu, era sente zeeyongerako ne tusobola okuba nga tulina ne ku bintu ebikalu bye tutaddewo, okubeera nga guruupu ababadde batalina butebe mu tutuula kati tulina entebe zaffe tukyaddaako.
a brief and then we'll run up and we'll go over there. So this is good. I will say some few words.
As a group, we started without, that's what we said, right? Without savings, and our savings were low. These are our words. So, being the savings being low, the EBAFOSA's interventions and coming to Nsonga, it has increased them, or it has made them boost the saving after making a number of activities like growing cassava using the approaches and also dry. And they have bought a number of items as a group which they did have. This includes tents plus also the chairs. Getting these chairs, every time the visitors have been coming to their community, say what to them, they're still sitting down. But right now, they have elevated themselves to sitting up here because of the vaccine. And also, the food in the home, it has also been, it was very difficult to find enough food, but also due to the activities, they have food because of the trainings they have been having, provided by the EBAFOSA and we are thankful for their activities. Lastly, the incomes have increased. That previously they weren't getting anything like initial savings, mainly the savings quickly.
So that can happen.
It has increased more money in the pocket, the activities which are.
Yeah, now before I say something, how many people have benefited from this farm? Yes, we know the group is about 44, but there are indirect beneficiaries because you notice in the home, maybe you have 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, grandkids. So you will notice the number is increasing. So what can we approximately say that this farm has supported?
Actually,
Maybe Mr. Chairman.
apart from
On average, each home has a approximately on average 4. So we are over 40. So when you multiply 4 by almost 40,
That's 160.
more than that.
Yes,
more than that.
Because
There are
more than
communities that do not
Even the community, when you plant this
and the community is like how
when
many
you
people?
plant, when you harvest, the trees, this is what we are planting. We also give to some community members who are not part of us here to plant.
So you can say over almost 1,000 has benefited.
And many people, when they've been passing,
Yeah, that over 1,000, that's what they state.
And another indirect maybe benefit, many people have been passing around here because the variety of cassava which is planted here has not been the same in the community. So many have been passing, asking knowledge. Where did you get this? How can I do it? How can I try it? So we look at all those people as people who are beneficiaries and also understanding the way of
So in other words, you think in adding to the paper, over 1,000, you think over 1,000. That is good stuff. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have come here to thank you to see the good work you're doing, and I'm very happy that you have embraced the solutions that have come through the UN Environment Program EBAFOSA, which David is the team leader working with a group of young people in Uganda to train groups that are structured like this from the Village 7 Association, Nsonga, right?
Yes.
Nsonga Village 7 Association. And the idea is to build on what you already do and to ensure that at least some folk can provide it so that you own this solution. Because now you are doing it, it's not David coming to do it. You are improving your livelihood, getting money to pay school fees, to put food on the table, to do savings, and that's how communities can be changed. And this way we are not destroying the environment. We are nurturing the environment so that it can be able to produce tomorrow and in the future. And that's the sustainability we are talking about. And then not just producing, but to help add value to what we do so we don't lose food, but also produce different varieties to make more money. And that is a very, 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 very good thing that I'm seeing. And I'm happy that I'm going to see the solar dryer that through EBAFOSA is implemented. And we believe this spirit of community work and also the idea of savings, which is very important to show the economic dimension of these actions that you are showcasing will become lessons for other people to learn. And these solutions, because now we have what is called climate change. We have more rain, sometimes we don't have rain. And because we don't have rains, people still need to survive in terms of they still need to eat. And we cannot find ways in which when there are no rains, we can still have food. When there are rains, we can still have food. And also ways in which if we have food, we also need to make sure that we have money in our pockets. That's where value addition comes in. So the whole solutions that we are bringing is to make sure that we can cope with these changing climate patterns we are seeing, but also ensure that mothers can feed their children, have money in their pockets, and ensure we can all prosper together without leaving anyone behind. This is the summary of it, so I'm very impressed, and thank you very much. We will continue to guide and support with how you can take up this activity forward and engage more in the community. And I want to thank David for leading this process. We provide guidance to him, but he is the one on the ground who can then take it here, so we thank him.
And so they harvest like this, they peel it, then they go and dry in the solar dryer there. And this is very nutritious. Wonderful.
So these are ready-made.
So you harvest the whole 1,000, a lot of tons of these things. Ah, yeah, and it took how many months to harvest?
7.
Only 7 months. 7 months and it was harvested, and now we are growing it again. Wonderful. This is the patron of the song. You want me to simulate it? Yeah. Like this, eh? Perfect, perfect. Yes, excellent. Yes. Madam, this is mango. Yeah. That is what? Albizia, coffee, but also having avocado. We would have cleared everything so that we put peanuts, but we have to leave the trees.
Correct. So agroforestry, intercropping, soil fertility.
Yeah, so these are some of the individual farms.
Yes, for members. So they're taking it up beyond the farm as a group to now the individual farm. That is really great. And I think one of the things, like I said, is getting the data is very important, because now if you want to make a policy to ensure that these environmental solutions are taken up, is to say, okay, when this was demonstrated in Nsonga, this number of people took it up, and this is what is happening. So if we were to be able to take this up across the whole country, this is the benefit that can happen. So any little thing you do, data is very important, because success stories are what make people believe and take the ideas forward. So anything you do, like the question I'm asking, so how many people have benefited from the farm? You not say over 1,000, because there are other people who even pick up these ideas into their personal farms. That is very, very important information. So anything you do, always document it. If somebody is selling his cassava now because it's been dried and he's making maybe 5,000 to 10,000, Uganda to 20,000, document all those things, because it helps to provide the solid evidence that this is working and this is changing life. Yes. So let's keep
Even putting that is part of EBA, because
I'm Secretary Ronald, patron, Nsonga Village Saving Association. These are some of the members. We do have the committee. We work together with our local council. One. So among the stars, we do have our chairman, MC1. Whichever activity is going on in this group is aware of it and is informed, and it will support us every day. We do have our chairperson, the chairperson of this group, this gentleman, we do have our speaker, the one who, when we come here for a meeting, who takes us through that meeting is our speaker. And the rest are members of this group. As we have been discussing the other side, from the garden, now, here, to action. After planting, we have been discussing, you can have a look at this. So these are some of the products.
This is from the cassava that
This is from the cassava we harvest from
and
there.
then it's dry from the solar dryer,
Right from the other place,
and
then
then
we add value.
and they sell this.
We sell this.
Wonderful. So this is used to make forest.
Exactly. Very nice for it.
Wonderful.
Very nice for it. So this is a part of the work we are doing as members. As I told you, we got some money, good money, saved. This year, as you are seeing, is part of the income generating activity we do have as a group. After harvesting our cassava, we sold it. We used part of the money to reinvest the other side on the farm. Then the balance we bought this year. We do have to overflow the support of the EBAFOSA from the farm. So in brief, this is our I think you can proceed the other side.
yes,
Go to the solar dryer.
our member, it will get the right.
Next time just produce Oh, I want to show you. Here, doctor. Yes. I want to show you one interesting thing you will see. Yes. You see that? Yes. No, don't. We want to see that all of us we are going to remain here. We want to see that. We want to see that having a solar dryer and drying from outside is very different, and also it has a number of benefits. So now, when someone dries from out, this is what will happen. You see the poultry drops, chicken drops in the food, goats drop in the food, foreign material in the food,
Soil and everything.
and soil, and also the food changing to this color.
Coloration is brown.
Because
You see this.
so now, this was some of the cassava. Sorry, this one was the cassava dried from out, and this is what the community was controlling, and some of the But what do you want to say? That even if you don't have this technology, you don't understand and have that doing some work and solar dryers exist. And one day you learn how to make a solar dryer so that you can also dry the food without putting material. So we want to see that yesterday, or the other day was World Food Security Day, but as we are celebrating World Safety Day, we have to look at some of the issues. That aflatoxin is one of the common toxins which are affecting the community and also the people. They also affect their livers, most getting cancer. And yes, the government is spending a lot of money that they can't be spending money on something. Having a simple solution like a solar dryer, this will never happen. And this lady, my colleague, who's a patron of this group, since I am from EBAFOSA, just one to say what we are doing.
We got some trainings on how to plant, the farm where we were in, the type of material we use and everything. But when it comes here, when it comes to adding value, because you can sell cassava in zero form, from the garden you sell it to people, they plant it. So we decided about EBAFOSA trained us on how to add value. So we use this method. When they came, they introduced to us that solar dryer there. So we are seeing a very, very, very big challenge when we are using it. We are drying open sun drying. But the other product is a big difference. So we are very appreciative to these people. Can you just take us and show how the solar dryer is working? Yes.
So when the community dries here, yes. So when they dry, after how many days does it take to dry to the level that you can be able to process it?
Remember,
As compared to the open sun dry, because currently,
compare the quote.
yes.
Four to 3 days.
So outside was how many days?
Oh, it can take even a week.
A week.
It can take a week according to the weather.
And if it is raining, how many days will it take?
It can even take
1 or 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But in the dryer, when it is raining, how many days does it take?
57
Yes.
or 8 when it is raining.
So this is better than the one outside by 100%. Yes. So how many? I like the fact that this is. You see, the color has not changed, and so it's what we use now to turn to the forest, and from there you can make different products, bagia and all those sort of things. So what I want to ask is the work of the EBAFOSA that has supported and guided on how to do the work in the farm, to plant cassava in a way that does not destroy the environment. Now to use one of helping the community. So how many people dry here?
I know your group has 40 people.
Exactly.
Yes.
At the moment,
Yes.
we drive.
So how does that, so somebody who is listening somewhere would really like to understand how is this Nsonga group, VSLA group, how do they dry? They look at this Nsonga dry. By the way, this can take how many kilograms of 500 to drying time. So you can dry after 2 days to dry another 500. Yes. So how do they dry as a group? Because people
So this one can also put another.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
I'll elaborate more on that. Yes.
Previously, we have harvested over 3 acres of cassava, and they dried using this solar dryer, but they did it as a group. Remember, this is a community, this is a farming community. They work together, and each Tuesday and Saturday they come to dry using the solar dryer. But a few members from the community have come up to see that the dryer is performing, and we are also still inviting the community to come and use the dryer so that they can pay some solar dryer fee.
Correct. So that they can be used for maintenance and so this. That's a very good idea. What I want to hear from the person is, you know, how do you coordinate so that the group drives? I mean, you see there are 40 people, so how do you do it? I just want to understand it. I have an idea, but for someone who is listening, they drive on Tuesdays.
How do you coordinate?
Yes.
Mwetaga mudawo kati.
Eh,
Tuesday, yes, we do harvest. After harvesting, we come here, we peel,
Yes.
we put
We greater will cut it into this.
exactly and we put it here. Right. Some members who are close, they do come almost these 2 days to check on it.
Okay.
Until Tuesday, another week. So it's not all members, the 40 comes here every day to dry.
Yes.
We select a few.
Then
Wow.
everybody, so you use like a timetable for everybody to come and dry. So in a month, people have different days to do so.
Exactly.
Okay, that is good. So how do they save? Because that's the most interesting part. When saving is the language, everybody, I mean, it's about money. How do you call money in Uganda?
Sente.
Cente. Cente is very important. Yes.
Every
Yes.
Tuesday,
Yes.
from the garden, you come here.
Today are you going to save? So I see how you're saving.
We saved yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Okay.
Yes, please.
That's fine.
But the records are there.
No, that's fine. I understand it. I mean, I'm just trying to ask this question for clarity. So, what can you say with this solar dryer? How has this changed the lives of people? I would also like to have women representatives so that at least we can also speak from your side as the patron. And how has this changed the life of the community, especially of the group, the Nsonga?
First of all, what we are getting is the product. What we are getting from here is 40%
compared to when it
compared
was
to the other side.
yes.
So when you get 40 product, when we go into making flour, we get 40. And when it comes to marketing, yes, it's very easy to market because the
People
product
like quality. And that means that you are now having more market now than before. And that is a very good aspect that you're bringing up. So has this brought more money into the pockets of the members?
That's very true.
So are they selling
And
more
in
now?
fact, the market we're having a bigger market, but still the product is not enough to satisfy them.
And that is
So
why
that's why we are seeing
now.
us planting, expanding.
Expanding.
Yes.
I mean, this is a very good example, and it shows that a simple environment, climate solution can change the lives of communities. And from what you are saying is that this is a game changer for the community. So maybe we can hear from the lady who speak, and then we translate.
Maybe before the
Yes,
lady, I would love to elaborate. Many groups are in Uganda, and also in Uganda Kingdom, but they are not like how you see Nsonga. How EBAFOSA is touching groups. Already they just come, they save, they go. Alright, but this is a group, they do EBA in the morning, after digging, maybe in the evening, other members can peel the cassava, and also as well as saving. So we have changed the narrative on how these sellers perform. You have to have an income generating activity.
I think what David is saying is what we have all been talking about, cooperating around a solution. For example, the traditional cooperatives in Africa is people come and sell. Like we were growing up, I could see my mother, they would sell money, they would buy our books, we go to they come together. But now the logic here is we are taking it to another level that yes, you have a group that was saving before. But now you are doing activities in such a way that they can generate more income on yourself. Like now, this is a solution. You come as a group around this solution to dry your cassava or dry your vegetables and other things to make more money than to save. So then that means the source of the income now is very clear and it has been enhanced by an action like this. So let's hear from the women. The women represent the mother. They say when the ladies speak, the community speaks. From where I come from. Solar dryer change the life of women in this community. The Nsonga Village Savings Association.
Solar drying, tukisezetya obulamu obw'abakyala mu gurupu eno ne mukyamule ku kyalo kwe tuli.
Solar dryer eno gyetuyambyeko kale tetukaluubiriza mu mirimu gyayo etwanguyiza tujja ntuwatamu ogwaffe netumwosa buno etuyiwa mu nsamba netugenda oluvannyuma lw'ennaku 2-3 netujja netugiramu okusinga lw'obeera waka oyanise bweru olweggulo yanula tereka ate ku makya jjayo yanika naye eno solar dryer bambi etukoledde bulungi nnyo etwanguyiriza emirimu gyaffe tetukaluubiriza.
Kakati, he has mentioned that this solar dryer has been an important tool for the women. First of all, it is very easy for them to peel and also dry. After peeling, they put straight away. After peeling well, cleaning the cassava and also other food, they put straight away into the solar dryer. And after they walk away, so that they can go and conduct other activities.
So it's saving time.
Since they are women. And also, as women, it has been also a tool because they don't suffer a lot. When it rains, they can't, when it rains, even they can't come and compared to drying outside.
So how much money have you generated? Have you, let me just ask it in a simple way. Has this brought more money to the group? More money in the pocket now and make save more?
Solar dryer power. Oba EBAFOSA solar dryer. Eyongedde ku ssente mu gurupu okukwata ku kasente.
Twongedde olw'ensonga kyetwanika wano kinene nnyo kikola mangu ssente kireeta ssente nnyingi mugudde ate we tuba twanise bweru kijja kitono olw'ensonga olwo tusobola okwanikawo kiro nga 5-4 ate wali tusobola kwanika kiro ezo olw'ensonga oli waka oyoola alina akuyambako naye wano oyiwawo asulayo kijja kwanguya
ate
omutinda era nagwo musobola.
Let the chairman to translate that.
What is saying here, they are benefiting a lot. When you compare this one, when it comes to selling, this one attracts
From the solar dryer.
attracts much more price compared to the other one.
That is good.
The quality, you see that quality. When it comes to selling, that one attracts it. But when it comes to this one,
The price is because the quality is good. So does it mean that they have
so
saving
that means
saving more money now?
they are earning more money from here than the other side.
Yeah, this is really wonderful. So I want to ask the last question now, and I will ask David, you patron, and the lady. But I know you guys are speaking here on behalf of everybody, so that at least we can save time. So patron, what are the lessons that you have learned after you started, after EBAFOSA introduced these solutions
these climate action solutions of solar dryer, the solutions of here in the gardens. What can you say confidently on behalf of your team that this has changed in the life of people in the
First of all, the EBAFOSA team after coming to us, first of all, what we are working as a group. This togetherness has helped us to achieve many things beyond even just farming. Because in case of, for example, if a member has a challenge, all of us have to join and sort out that challenge. In case a member has any function, it's we the whole team. We are all involved in that activity. So that's one of the things we have learned from working together.
So working together is really something that this work that the EBAFOSA supported has really helped to foster.
Exactly.
But working together around solutions, around making sure we can use a solar dryer to dry, we can work in the same farm using...
The other issue, when you have a challenge, since we are...
You're saying that because you have not come together, you are doing something. The solar dryer is helping people dry, it's increasing the value and the quality of the food, so it's having more money. So it makes people to easily borrow. So maybe for somebody who is just listening, you know, borrow, somebody might not, yes. How does that come about?
So we have a policy,
yes,
as a group.
Yes.
If you have a challenge, you come to the group, you meet the executive, then you will discuss.
All right.
If you need some money, we agree. Then we give you that money, you finish up.
So it's social, the social, I call it, it's capital. Social capital means
we no longer have financial problems.
Yes, problems, because people will now guarantee, I mean, they will agree that money can be given because there is more money now flowing into the cooperative because of this. Wonderful. This is a beautiful thing to know.
And the other issue, we do save from our own pocket.
Yes.
And we do save from our family.
So you save as a group, and you also save as a
and also what you got from the garden, we also save it.
And then you also what you get from there. So you're now having saving times too, multiplication savings.
Exactly.
So this is really, really wonderful. So if you were to use like percentage, you said, okay, now your savings has increased by how many percentage? 50%, 100%, as compared to where you were before.
Before, our saving was not all that much. But as we talk now, at least
50%. And this is
for what we
how many
save.
years has this intervention came in? About
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, 23 years.
Has increased 50%. That is really and increase and still increasing.
By the way, these people they also taught us how to make a briquette from the byproducts from cassava. Yes, please.
So that's another income generating opportunity.
Yes.
And
plus this one,
this
because also get income from selling those things.
This is wonderful. Both at individual level and at a group level.
This is at a group level.
Group level.
Yes.
So this so as a group.
This project is for the whole group.
Yes.
Yes.
So if somebody is listening and is saying this is the best way to carry out climate actions, environmental solutions, he said, how did this group structure itself? Because having a group like this with a common vision, common interests, doing things together, it's not just something that is started like yesterday. So there must be some mechanism. You said something that is EBAFOSA support came to, that it made the group more inclusive and rally around something. I mean the actions. So what do you say?
What I can say, because this group is not only for 3 years, we started some time back as a CBS Fans Club,
Perosa.
After some time, we identified a product. We identified a certain activity. As a group, we said, no, let's go farming. Let's specify one product. So we did it. Good enough, the EBAFOSA team, they are also in cassava.
So we contacted them, and they also contacted us.
So when you went to farming and we were growing cassava, your biggest challenge was that you were drying on the outside, and then it was getting spoiled.
In fact,
you were losing food.
We used to sell low cassava.
And you were also
From
losing.
the garden, you say the people they go to back there.
And you were also losing.
Exactly.
Because when it gets spoiled, you throw it away.
Exactly.
Okay. No, this is fine. I think that is really good. Well, now I just want. So, David, what have you learned by working with you? Then I'll end with a question. But if there's any lady who wants to speak, yes.
But you know, area garden was
It benefited you. Has it helped your life change?
To give us the activities
You harvest it from the farmland there? Yes.
we have cassava flour, maize flour,
Right.
and then soya flour,
Wonderful.
which added more income as a group, even
And put more food on the table.
exactly.
So children are eating well, school fees are paid.
And on top of that, this one is our team when it comes to.
Oh, wonderful. That is good.
And you can see how she has placed.
Congratulations. Yes, like a chef, eh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's our team when it comes to making
To doing this. Oh, this is good. Congratulations. How do you say congratulations in bringing a lot of opportunities, yeah? So what can you say to EBAFOSA?
When I talk EBAFOSA, then I can
No, don't kneel.
That's our tradition.
Yes, it's a tradition. So and it's part of the it's culture.
Exactly.
And culture is okay.
Yes.
That is good. So why did you kneel? Yes. What? So that was an expression of appreciation.
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 I
Yes.
appreciate.
So what?
We have kids.
Yes.
They help us in what we do. She used to give us lessons.
Yeah, to teach you how to make this, also how to plan, and that is really good. So David, the team leader, thank you for this, taking the guidance that we provide. So the idea is, I came here today just to thank all of you. I know that at the end of the chairman, right, the head will speak, but I just want to say I've come here to thank you and to see firsthand the work that we have been technically guiding EBAFOSA Uganda through the leadership of David and his team of young people who are fabricating this solar, to see how this is helping the community and especially these village savings association groups in the Buganda Kingdom Uganda. And I've seen, and I'm really excited, especially starting from the farm where I've seen how you are using nature-based solutions, EBA, intercropping, to grow cassava, to grow G-nuts. I've seen you planting. I've also participated in the planting today, so I'm really happy. And I wanted also to hear from you all how this is changing your life. Because David has updated me, he has sent videos, he has sent reports, but sometimes seeing it firsthand makes you really believe and get more inspired to do more. But I'm here on behalf of the United Nations Environment Program that actually runs, support and guide this framework called EBAFOSA that is in over 40 countries. I think David will translate when I think across Africa. And the idea is very simple. So the idea of the framework of EBAFOSA is very simple. How do you engage everybody, men, women, institutions, young people, to be engaged in doing something that turn challenges to opportunities by acting themselves and doing so to put more money in more pockets and that is, but the best way to do it is also to use groups that already exist so that at least they can build on what they are doing and will come in to fill their gaps.
And as you see, this solar dryer is fabricated by young people. David and his team. And that is creating opportunities for them because they've learned how to fabricate. They fabricate, they deliver this to the community. Like for example, here at Nsonga, they also put little money in their pocket because they can also do this and sell to other communities, to other groups. And that is solving an environmental problem because like I was saying in the farm, some years it rains, some years it doesn't rain. Or the rain comes, they come late. But when you harvest, you need to add value to put money in your pocket so that even if it doesn't rain next year or it comes late, at least you still have food and you still have even money that you can even buy food. So the solar dryer idea was really how do you help community to reduce food? And in the course of doing so, generate data, because one of the key aspects is that to ensure that policies are met in a way that can help support everybody, there needs to be success stories. And success stories need to be backed up with data. For example, you have just clearly said that when you are drying outside, when it rains, it takes 2 weeks. But when it takes 2 weeks, the cassava color has changed. It gets spoiled, it gets infected by mold, and part of it gets thrown away. And the quality was low. So even the acceptability in the community for those who buy was low. But now in the solar dryer, it takes 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. The color is high, so you get more customers and so you make more money. That is data. That then means to make the case that we need to create opportunities, empower communities. You can competently say that this climate action solution of solar dryer is effective and it is a source of income generating opportunities for the community. Because the best thing is that when you have money in your pocket, you can be more resilient because you can pay your school fees for the kids, you can put food on the table, and you can be able to do other things. Which means that even if you have crop failure because of climate change, you can still survive because you have money in your pocket. You can afford other things, and that is the simple aspect of it. So I bring greetings and I thank you. I'm very impressed with what I've seen here today, and I am very inspired by the spirit of community that is shown and the ability that you are able to serve and you are now producing products. And the last part I want to say is when you look at the way in which empowerment is done, when people can then be able to produce a product, because with a product you can fetch money. And one of the things I saw in the farm that I'm so inspired is that you have owned it. It is your solution now. Our role is only to provide guidance, train you, but you own it and you move with it. And that then means it is sustainable. And I'm really inspired to see the women who are very, very truly participating, because they say when a lady can be able to produce something in a village, the whole village prospers. So this is prosperity. And thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. No, just go ahead and
ekyokubiri nenebaza bammemba ba CBS Fans Club ekiringo ekyama
he gives support to this group. By the time this group started, that if you read they are doing a very good work and he's ready to give support. In fact, he said there are many groups in this village, but this group of ours has made the village proud. Is very ready to give support to our products and is going to be among the pioneers to market our products. That is good.
And you mentioned social media.
It's going to market our products through social media and different shops around the place.
You can take a group photo now.
Okay.
Yeah. Where?
So get a group photo.
Tugenda kukwata zino product ani atalina alina
Gundi, Mr. Gundi, Damu, Siswa, Damu, over Cassava, right? We took it up from Damu Cassava, and I think a number of Damu, Chava, you get it to them now, man. Let us speak louder. EBAFOSA Cassava, EBAFOSA Solar Dryer, EBAFOSA Variation, EBAFOSA. Once again, EBAFOSA variation. EBAFOSA cassava. EBAFOSA EBAFOSA variation. Okay, you are going to say it when we are correct. EBAFOSA cassava. EBAFOSA EBAFOSA variation. EBAFOSA cassava. EBAFOSA EBAFOSA variation. EBAFOSA cassava. EBAFOSA EBAFOSA. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. You are the patron of this group, and thank you for showing us what you are doing. So how do you feel today after this display of what you are doing with your group? Right now I'm very grateful for the team which has come, for our visitors. Really, we are going to add more. We are going to put in more effort in our group, so that we do more than what we have been doing. We are going to add on. Well, that is wonderful. You are going to add on more. So it means you are going to do more on the farm and then make sure that you continue to utilize to be more practical. Yes, to be more practical. Exactly. So do you have any plans to bring in more people in the community, or to make sure that this group, the Nsonga, first of all, we want to strengthen the group we are having. Yes. We have to. Secondly, we may plan to create another group. Oh, because so this can give birth to another group. Exactly, we can give birth to another group. Because the more the groups becomes bigger, the more the challenges. So what we do, we have to have a manageable group. Then we bring another group. That is a very good idea. So you can have another baby from Nsonga VSLA, and then they can give spreading and spreading. But then this become like the mother group. Can spread throughout our sub-county. Wonderful. Because this is the national sub-county. And as they're spreading, they're taking this idea of solar dryer with them, and EVA solutions from the farm with them. That is a very good way to bring impact to scale and it will get across this. Then I have this one last question to you. Yes, you are the patron of this group, and what is your message to the EBAFOSA team based on the support you have received from the technical the technical support you have received and guidance, technical guidance. First of all, as a matter of fact, we have to thank EBAFOSA because they have really supported us. We have achieved a lot from EBAFOSA. So we are currently requesting them to expand to other areas. Because it's easier for a group to prosper, but when other members, other areas are still in such a poor state. So the idea that I wanted to ask, so how is this solar dryer? I know you talked about you want that we continue to guide, to support so that it can expand. I think one of the expansions you are already doing, because from the group of Nsonga VSLA, you are now going to expand by creating another group and creating another group. So that's part of it. And then I think when you create that group, which now will graduate from understanding that we need a solar dryer to add value, so if they are part of the farm or they're already doing that, they can now start from here, generate little money, go down, and then we can work together and they can, through what they can also support, build a solar dryer to them so that they can maintain it. They can even, if the UV ray gets spoiled, they can contribute, like you were saying, contribute little money to make sure that they can repair the solar dryer that they will be provided, and then they own it, and that becomes part of the sustainability. So that is really good. So what I just wanted to ask was, how do you ensure that the security of the solar dryer is secured, and at the same time also ensure that people own it? Because one of the things in this climate solutions is that when you look at how the support to communities are, that sometimes the community thinks that things need to come to them. And when they come and then finish it ends there. But from what I'm seeing from your group is you have owned it. This is here to stay. You are taking care of it. You are doing the work yourself on the farm.
that is part of sustainability. So how did you nurture this attitude?
Oh, in fact, when it comes to the spirit of the solar dryer,
Yes.
first of all, the main purpose of the solar dryer is that cassava we dry it from here.
Yes.
But we are having a program of allowing our members to have a variety of crops. Because as we are being trained, this solar dryer is not only for cassava. You can put there pineapples, you can dry pineapples, vegetables. So our aim, because cassava, as you have seen, we have just planted. It will take us like 7 to 8 months. And we don't want this solar dryer to be dormant there until the end of the 7 or 8 months. So we are trying to mobilize ourselves, we plant other enterprises.
Then the security in your group has to ensure that people own this. I've seen this has not been destroyed. In some places you see solar dryers vandalized, meaning that people have not owned it. But here, this is for over 3 years, this solar dryer looks like a brand new. So how has it been kept to be neat and like this?
After knowing the value and the importance of this solar dryer, as a group, we decided to manage to keep our solar dryer in a good environment.
So what made people to own it? I just want to get that. Yes, I get it. As a group, so is it because you have a gap and when you got this solution, you say, oh, this is what we needed. You have to own this and protect this for the collective use of it.
The solar dryer is a part of us.
I like that.
The solar dryer is a part of us.
You wanted it, so it's part of it.
Exactly. So if it's part of us, we have to keep it.
So what advice can you tell other communities? Solar dryer is part of it. What can you tell other communities that if they have this kind of solution, they should use it, they should protect it. So what advice will you give them? What will you say to them? I know, yes, they need to protect it and need to keep it. So you are saying the advice is get an opportunity to get a solar dryer that can reduce your harvest losses and help you add value to your crops, own it and make it part of it. Is that correct?
That's very correct.
Excellent.
That's very correct.
I think just now the last question, which I think you have already answered a bit of it, is that now the ownership, as you've said, you own it as a group. Moving forward, what message can you tell the government? Because government is not a person, it's an institution, it's a system that produces policies, that make policies to better the lives of citizens. What would you say from the lessons you have learned from this work? That if the president was here today, standing here and say, Patron, what can you tell me about this work that you want me to pick it up?
Oh, great. First of all, I'll urge the government to go down to the lower levels. Because the policy they are making at times, they are made at the top level. But down there are things which will not work. The policy they are making will not work down there. So what we are urging the government through its sectors to go down to the local level, the lower level, and find out what are the challenges in this location.
So for the
first of all, when you see this solar dryer, it's environmental friendly.
Correct. It's a climate action solution.
What you see there, the whatever you are seeing, does not affect the environment. Correct. So what we are urging the government to come down
and build. So what lessons? So this is a very good point you're passing. You have tested EBA on the farm. Your cassava has grown, is produced. You have dried it using a solar dryer, which is an environmentally friendly solution. You have generated data from this. So if the president or the minister of agriculture or the minister of environment is standing here today, what you are saying from what I'm getting is you have data that have shown that this practical, simple solution at the community level has worked. So policies should be to make it easier for the community to assess these kind of solutions, make it easier for the community to adopt those practical solutions in your farm.
And also to support those organizations which are in this field.
So if now you were to ask for one support, building on the lessons you've learned from this work, from the government to take this up, what support will you ask from the government and from other organizations that are working here in Uganda?
First of
so
all,
that this can be brought to impact?
First of all, the support we want training is very important because we learned a lot from the training.
Right.
Secondly, after the training, we realized we can get many products from cassava. Right?
And the training EBAFOSA has given to you people.
That is it. The EBAFOSA gave us training in a number of things.
Yes.
Forage making.
And now the training will be to further support you people so you can train more other people.
Exactly.
Wonderful. No, this is really good. And I think just the last one, and this is, I'll go back again. How will you ensure that, like I said, data is very, very important, because it's important in making policy, because what you said now is policy is made at the top. Sometimes it's because of lack of data on the ground. But now, what do you think the community now, because the community now have Nsonga VSLA, they already know what works. What role do you think the community can play to ensure that these solutions now become the norm across other parts of the community? I know you have answered it a bit by saying we are going to create another group that will come from this group, so that's another way of education.
Okay. We can engage our leaders in different capacities. The LOCs, the Buganda local government, local government one, local government
And the
LOC
person who
two.
spoke was from
The person, the chairman LOC one was here.
is the local government.
It's
So local government is embracing this work.
Exactly.
And so from embracing this work, they can already plan.
They can extend that the program to other areas. Then we can also engage the Buganda government.
Yes.
The fact is, they are also doing a very good work.
Actually, this work came to you people here through the Buganda government.
Exactly.
Actually, it was endorsed by them.
Exactly.
And EBAFOSA is actually working
Through Buganda,
Uganda.
we have been able to access
This wonderful thing. Thank you very much, Extension. And your full names again, just for the sake of the camera.
Sekamate Ronald, patron, CBS Files Club, Nsonga Village Savings Association.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Very good. You can pause, Tim.
I'm Namtevi Flavia, Nsonga CBS Club. I'm happy to see our visitors here, plus our visitors like the EBAFOSA group. We appreciate them because they added us a project of work. They added money.
Yeah, let me just answer that question there. Yes, you say the development and propagation of this solar dryer has helped women in the community, in this Nsonga Village Savings and Loans Association, to add more money in their pocket. So you are producing this porridge from cassava that is grown from the farm. So before this, you were not able to produce this. So this is happening as a result of this solar dryer, and now you are selling it. So how has this impacted families, helping children go to school? So just explain a little bit how this has helped make your life and the life of other women better here in Nsonga. Yes. Just go ahead in Buganda. Just go ahead in Buganda. Yeah, just explain it and then chairman will explain.
Tuyambye nnyo olw'ensonga nti abakozesa tebawula mukulu na muto. Abaana buyamba abaana naddala abataliko kunywa okulya, bubageza bubazaamu amaanyi abaana abatozizze ne buba nga busobola okubayamba. Kabeere muntu mukulu, bano nkooye nkoze nnyo nenyinyuka, bw'akomawo nange okitukuko ky'obulungi kimuyamba okuddamu amaanyi ate buwawo so tukyenyumirizaamu EBAFOSA okutuba nga tuwa solar dry eyo nga bwe tulina projekiti ya mwogo eyo yebimu ebirungo bye tuteeka muno kasooli ne tuba nga etwanguyizaako ku mirimu okusobola gye twandigendedde mu byuma.
From the training they got from EBAFOSA, they are able to make porridge. That porridge is very nutritious. and it's very healthy for our children and the old people. All right? It gives support. It adds value and diety amongst themselves. Then the issue, it creates a market for them. Because when we make a porridge, we make this porridge. Members are given a badge to go and sell. When you go and sell, there's a certain percentage you earn.
Oh, that is wonderful.
As your side income.
As your side income before the income.
Before the income.
That's a very interesting part. Did you hear that? Yeah, very amazing. Thank you very much. Yes. So David, you've heard these are the beneficiaries of the work we do, and you've led this work of EBAFOSA Uganda and the team of young people. So what lessons have you learned by what you do? And how do you see the lessons learned from helping to take climate action solutions across Uganda and lessons from
David Luganda is my name, and I'm the team lead of EBAFOSA Uganda and also trainer. We have implemented a number of climate action solutions and facilities in Uganda.
What is yours?
These are saving groups which come together to save and also to borrow so that they can sustain themselves in the rural areas of Uganda. But EBAFOSA has been working with a number of them through the leveraging on the existing structures of CBS, the WhatsApp cooperative. But to go back, a number of lessons have been picked from Nsonga, but what I've seen is co-producing around the solution of a solar dryer, so that even other people in Africa
cooperating,
they start cooperating around the solutions of the solar dryer. If this can be scaled up to other groups.
That's one lesson.
But also working through cooperatives is key and it's vital for development in Africa. Mainly we have seen it here in Uganda, because when you're working through cooperatives, you'll find them that they have already organized groups. The groups are organized
and they are doing what fits their contract.
And they are doing what fits
their contract, and so they own it.
They own it.
Excellent.
So
what those two lessons?
Another lesson is
the
rural women.
Yes.
EBAFOSA is doing a number of work in empowering the rural woman. So whenever you empower a woman, you are empowering everyone in the community, you are empowering the family, you are also empowering the men in the community. So the work we are doing, we are reaching straight away to the rural women, and these they also include the girls plus the boys, the works they are doing plus the mothers. So making sure that if this is duplicated to other areas and mainly for the rural women, I think many products can come out. We have seen our porridge, which is one of the products.
Let me just interject there. That's very important. I mean, somebody listening will think that these things just fell from the air, because this has been a lot of work in terms of process, in terms of guidance, in terms of ideas. So how would you explain how we came about this? Because somebody could think it's just cut from a tree and planted. You know what I'm trying to say is that only you can explain this. I can explain it based on how we have engaged and how finally from that idea we engage the community. So what would you say was really the force that pushed this to realize? Because we're talking about a product today. This has come through over 3 years of hard work, dedication, focus, self-belief, and doing what is right, not what is popular. Doing what is right. So how did that come about? It's because you have been on the driver's seat here.
We started with the ideas.
And where did those ideas come from? That is good.
But the ideas came from first since 2015, when EBAFOSA came to realization and also coming out from different conferences until it became a reality. But right now...
Yeah, but how did that idea, where did the guidance to get these things done, where did it come from? Because what I'm trying to drive is for people to embrace understanding that this has not been an easy process. It's been a process of knowledge, new knowledge, emerging every day. And then taken down, communities embracing it, continuous recalibration to move. So only you can explain it. So I don't want to talk about it myself, I want you to explain. And I know why I'm asking this question here. And it's actually the last question, and you need to be candid about it. Okay, the point is that, let me just explain what I'm trying to say, is that the logic of innovative volunteerism and building climate action solutions through structures of cooperatives is not just something that just came out of the blue. It's been a lot of thinking and calibration, and the Secretariat of EBAFOSA, which is driven by the United Nations Environment Program, continuously give guidance each and every day. And this guidance is taken up by the country EBAFOSA leaders, and taking this guidance in such a way that it gets uptake by the communities, and especially community groups like this Nsonga VSLA. So the point that I'm trying to pass here is that structured guidance and new knowledge is very, very important in transformational processes. If you see what is being displayed here today, like this forest, it did not just happen in the morning. People had to listen to guidance, they had to avail themselves to be trained, they had to come to the farm to be taught how to do intercropping, how to do agroforestry, they had to sacrifice time to be taught how to use a solar dryer, they had to embrace the solar dryer, a place needed to be provided for the solar dryer. So there were sacrifices across the entire process. So for us to make a difference and bring innovations and own innovations, we need to avail ourselves and we need to sacrifice. That's just the point that I wanted to pass. And I think that you see the gentlemen and the women standing here today, I mean, they sacrifice. They learn how to do this. So for those who are listening at them, everything good needs effort. Everything good needs sacrifice. And everything good needs dedication. Thank you very much. Any last words? Any last word from you, Chairman? David, and then I'll come to you. I will end with you. Just last words, yes. You wanted to say something? Oh, that's okay.
I would like to thank
yes.
EBAFOSA for the support, for the training, for the knowledge they have given us.
We appreciate
as a patron, I'd like to thank my members, the group members, for their dedication, for their time, and for the support they are affording to make our group a success. I would like to thank our visitors, Dr. Flomwele, for coming, for boosting our group. Really, we are very grateful.
We are proud of you.
We wish you a safe journey.
Thank you.
And not make this the last visit.
No, we'll be back.
More visits.
We will be coming to learn.
We are going to inform you many times.
Amen.
So we wish you a safe journey back home.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'm so inspired. I think, do you have anything to say? No. You wanted to say something? Or did they fit on a great book? Or what do you want? You want to say something?
My name is Munang the person of this group. Let me take this opportunity to thank you most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we are going to, what we have learned from you, we are going to take it, not from now. We are not going to take it. We're not going to end.
Yeah. You will not take it slightly, you will take it to higher height.
But not stop. Please more with your name.
We will come again. David is here. We will continue to build on what worked. When you create the next Nsonga VSLA 2.0, I will call it that way, we will continue to provide support. When you create another Nsonga 2.00, we will create 3.0, 4.0, because the truth is change do not come in a single day. It's a process. And this is what I really wanted to pass. Anybody, because you must sacrifice to get things right. And then you learn lessons. And those lessons help you to move forward. So if you don't sacrifice to do something, to learn lessons, you will not be able to take it. So the spirit of Nsonga VSLA should be the spirit of solutions for Africa. The spirit of Nsonga VSLA should be the spirit of how climate solutions are done across the continent. The spirit of Nsonga VSLA is the empowerment spirit for women, for men, for young people across Africa to be taken up with pride. Because this is on, and I think the patron said something, and it's a very important thing, that this solar drive is part of the life of the Nsonga VSLA. Very important. That's ownership, and that's all what you need. when people own a process, because I say, we do not do development for people, people do development for themselves. What organizations do, like ours, is we facilitate the process, support, guide, train, and deliver us to move forward. That is good. Anything you want to say the last word, and then chairman, this is the EBAFOSA chairman. Yeah, anything you want to say? Nobody knows. Is that okay? Thank you. Thank you. We are very proud of you people, and it's a great pleasure. David knows me. I say it as it is. If it was not going as we are guided, I would say it exactly. When I say it is excellent, you take me for my word. It is excellent. I'm someone who likes to just say it and get it when you people are doing well, and the sky is your limit. Yes, David. The last word was your last word, so we conclude.
My last word is...
You must be a very happy guy today.
Yes. Nsonga VSLA, operating around the solution of the solar dryer, is one
and
of
the EBA, the farm.
an
Don't
EBA
forget.
approach,
Yes.
and also value addition.
Yes.
Is one of the most unique thing I've seen among the VSLAs, and it's a game changer. If other VSLAs come out, or groups, saving groups, and do what the group is doing, and follow the structures, the guidance of EBAFOSA, I think we can have development, we can have growth in our community and in our country, because rural areas are being left out, but having a rural area producing such a product and also entering a supermarket, homes, and also other markets online, it means that we are facilitating something which will end up empowering everyone, but not leaving out the woman. Because when you empower the woman, you are empowering the community, the nation, and Africa. And this is coming from the women. It's their own product and they own it, not for EBAFOSA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. And I think just now to run it off, for those of you who are listening, the good news is that this work you are doing here is already helping inform policy processes in Uganda, and that will also inform policy processes across Africa and the world. Firstly, we are working with the Uganda National Bureau of Standards, UNBS, to develop a standard that will actually be used to fabricate more of these solar dryers. And it is from this work here and other places across Uganda, from the work of EBAFOSA, that the fabrication of solar dryers led by EBAFOSA Uganda under David's leadership and his team, that now the data that we have been getting from what you are drying here, we are now able to use that to make the test, and that solar dryer standard is now almost in the second phase. We finished the first draft, it's now getting to. So I'm just trying to say that the data you generate, the little things you do, you might not know the impact it can have across the environment. You're doing good work. That is informing that. The second aspect is that we worked with UNBS 2 years ago to develop the Kuma or Mokindo standard, which is what you are doing on the farm there. What you are doing on the farm, how you are drying it here, and how you are even selling it. Is now they are going to look at what is called a certification process, and they are going to use VSLA, Nsonga, and other VSLA to show. So what you are showing me here today is what the world wants to see. They say they are drying it, so how they drying it, so that at the end of the day there can be a mark. When you produce this like this now, instead of this only being consumed in Kampala or in Uganda, it cannot be consumed in East Africa and Africa, because there will be a stamp that you will make more money. So good things take time, but good things done right will bring more opportunity. This is me, Richard Munang, reporting from Nsonga VSLA in the Buganda Kingdom. You introduce yourself, and you're from Gera VSLA. Yes, so this, tell me your name and how you and the Gera VSLA is producing and what is this produced for. Are you getting her voice? You sure? With Village Saving and Loan Association. But you can speak in Uganda. Uganda if you don't. So how do you make this? And what is this made from? Is it made from cassava or banana leaves or banana fiber? Is this a plate to put food, eh?
No. Design
For the hut?
the hotels.
Oh, right.
So like
Yes.
Serena Hotel,
Yes.
Africana. This is a design.
Yes. Let her explain. So how do you make this? Is it from banana leaves or fiber? Or? The banana fiber, right?
Yeah, like how you see.
Yes, yes.
When it's dried,
Yes.
they peel it off and they prepare it so that they can.
So they're doing this as a group in the VSLA.
Yes.
And they're marketing this and they're getting income.
Yeah.
And from that income, they can get inputs that are used for planting, like EBA inputs or even. So, but do you guys have a solar dryer?
I have a solar dryer plastic cassava garden.
From the cassava garden, and then this is an extra income earning opportunity. Right. And this is really good because you see, one of the solution of climate action is that to build resilience, you need to have socio-economic opportunities, and this is really great. That means that the peeling from the banana don't go to waste, and this is a circular economy here because you grow bananas, you harvest, and these bananas grown not using chemicalized fertilizers. Now you harvest the peelings or the fiber, you make these baskets which are so beautiful. You put money in your pocket, but you still harvest the banana itself and make matoke from it, and you eat. So even the banana peelings can actually be used to make briquettes. So you notice that no part of the banana is thrown away, and that's the circular economy, which is that nothing goes to waste. It's put back and now it produces this. So this is really excellent work. I'm very impressed to see this. And you should extend my congratulations to your group, to yourself first as a leader, to your group for doing this. And so do you sell this? How much do you sell this? 1,500. 15,000, right? Yes, this one? 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Oh, wonderful. And how long does it take you to make this? Especially this one I'm holding. Half a day. And this one? 1 day. And this one? And this one? 2 days. Oh, 1.5, eh? And so this is banana fiber?
Yeah.
So do you use machines to do this, or how do you do it? So you harvest the banana leaves and use your hand to make this. With a knife. With a knife. They are happy. So how can EBAFOSA do this? 15 liters here. But they are already supporting Gera.
Yeah, we are already supporting. This is another extra.
So this is an extra income opportunity.
Generating activity.
Which means when they're not drying in the solar dryer, they're busy using the banana fiber to make baskets, decorations, and this is really, really good. So how can you train young people to become part of this? Or do you have young people in Nigeria? Oh, you do? So that is helping them to reduce youth unemployment, eh?
And she's ready to train other youth.
Oh, excellent.
Of course, anywhere in Uganda.
Oh, that is wonderful. So is there a way you can structure youth under the Gera VSLA, because that's another way of youth employment. So that's what I'm saying is structure, and then they will then have to pay a fee, a little fee, or what if they don't have a fee, you train them, they work for you to support, and then that is part of their payment. And that is under the structure of cooperative, so that from there they get skills, they start to do something, they can start saving in Gera cooperative. So this is the kind of thinking, and that would drive the circular economy concept. This is beautiful. Yeah. Yes. Is there anything you wanted to tell me or you ask me? I'm here.
Because this is a group leader who are sending their videos in Nigeria.
Yeah, they're doing excellent work. Yes. My appreciation and gratitude for the work they're doing. And in addition to this, I'm very impressed. I'm very happy to see. Yes, I'm very happy to see. Yes. Anything? Are you happy about your place? Are you going to work with, you're going to get willing youth? Willing youth, so that from there, we can now start to say that in addition to the solar dryer value addition, EBA work they're doing, they're also driving the circular economy where they're using banana fibers to make these beautiful crafts. And this is also an income generating opportunity for women, for young people who can be trained to then be able to make money and save Gira SLA. And that way, part of the opportunity. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We are getting good things.
Oh, that is good.
Okay, the solar dryer and what?
So the solar dryer is helping people to put more money in more pockets and food on the table.
Yes.
Yes. I like that. And that is really good. We will continue to support you, your team, your groups, and guide and work with you to make sure this gets fixed up. I am more inspired by this. My mother used, there is what is called spear grass.
Yeah.
You know spear grass?
They use it for roofing houses.
Excellent. So she used to use that to do baskets. So when I see this, it relates to me very well and it's close to my heart. But I'm so inspired to see that we are now using banana, matoke, how do you call it, banana stem? Is it matoke stem?
Matoke stem.
Yeah, matoke stem to make the same thing. And for us, we used to put the food from there and eat. But yeah, you can still put matoke, and eat. Pounded yam and put inside them. So this is really wonderful, and it is a circular economy. So what is circular economy is that any part is like cassava. The peelings are used to make animal feed. They're used to make briquettes. They're used to, so nothing get lost. The same thing here. So I embrace this and I support it. 500%. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I see you hold the certificate in their hands, waiting for jobs. Now I remind them today.